New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment. We are inspiring humanity's evolution along this journey of enlightenment. We are creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. We are New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring. And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you. It is July 2nd, 2020, Tuesday evening, and it's time for evening prayers, a production of New Thought Media Network. Every evening, 8:15 Mountain Time, 8:15 a.m. p.a.m. Mountain Time as well. A.m. and p.m. We do them both. And if you're new to the broadcast, welcome. If you've been with us a little bit, you know that we're in our process of moving to some changes. So we're going to talk just about those for just a minute. Real soon, you're going to recognize we've got 6 guests now. 5 more people joining the team, and you're going to be seeing those over, and it's already started. Reverend Lisa's had the morning prayers the last couple of days. And so what we're going to ask you to do is head on over to the New Thought Media Network page on Facebook and find one of these videos over there, and on that page get the notification so that you're notified when that page goes live, because it's not always going to be my page anymore. It's going to be everybody's pages, and you're going to find out and you're going to be notified if you make sure that you drop over that page. So that information, if you're watching on YouTube, is down there, and if you're watching on Facebook, it's over in here somewhere, and the link to that page at least is in the description. Okay. Prayer time. Now remember, and with this change, we also have a new prayer email address. So send your prayer requests to prayer@ntmedia.org. The website is not quite live yet. However, the email addresses are. So drop me an email, or any of us, over at prayer@ntmedia.org. Any of our ministers, practitioners, would be more than happy to pray on your desires. Make sure that we have that happening for you. So hey, time for a couple shout outs tonight. Good evening, Ursula. Welcome. So glad you're with us. Good to see you. And Suzanne, glad to see you as well. So grateful that you are here with us. Thursday evening, we're coming into the 4th of July holiday, and with that, there are people that are celebrating. There are people that are not so happy about this one this year. There's all kinds of perceptions in the air, and places that are doing fireworks, places that aren't doing fireworks, and all kinds of. It's a very, very different experience this year, and that's not to say that it hasn't been. 2020's been a pretty crazy year. We're into the second half at least, so I trust that the change is becoming somewhat familiar for everybody. I trust that you have a sense that the change is moving us in good directions. That there really is good stuff happening out there, and I'm seeing more and more good news stories than I am seeing junk news stories out there every day. So anyway, all right, let's get into some prayer work. What do you think? It's a Thursday night. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it? If you're feeling it, well, then just let yourself relax into the chair, into the sofa, into the couch, or the bed, or the floor, or wherever you might be, out in nature maybe. Just allow yourself to let go of the day, let go of everything it took to be in this moment. Let go of the hustle and the bustle of the day, and be present to what's happening right here, right now. It is right here and right now that we come together in community to recognize the one, to recognize that one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that is operating as all of life. Now, I call that God. Some call it Buddha or Brahma or Yahweh or Vishnu, Kuan Yin, Source Energy, Divine Mother, Gaia, Earth, Love. Call it George. No matter the name, no matter the icon, one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence, a oneness that is forever taking on form and abandoning that form to take on new form, a oneness that is the source, the supply, and the wellspring of everything, of all financial resources, of all emotional experiences, of all physical opportunities, as all the stuff, the pieces and the parts of the puzzle, everything, all of it. There's simply nowhere that God is not. For it is the oneness that is animating all life. And that means that God, the one, operates through my life, operates as my life, is animating every cell, inspiring every word, allowing, providing that sense of free choice that allows each to be in the place of choice, in the place of absolute opportunity. So I know this oneness moves as my life perfectly, and if that's happening for my life, that must be true for all life. The oneness moving and breathing and having its being as all of life, as your life right now. Every breath, the breath of God, every heartbeat, God's beating heart beating through and as your life. And so we all have within the power to see the truth, to speak the truth, to be a model, a demonstration, a living example of the great and glorious truth of this oneness, of this all connected, interconnected oneness that is God's life happening on planet Earth. And what I know is I know that in this experience, we each have the ability to interpret our own thoughts and our ideas and how we see the world. And in that interpretation, in that, we create thoughts and beliefs and judgments and ideas. And through all of that, through all those various filters, the divine ideal takes on a unique form, perhaps one we expect and perhaps one we didn't. And yet it's still God. So whatever's happening out in the world is a demonstration of someone's consciousness, is a demonstration of the collective consciousness of humanity, is a demonstration of each individual consciousness taking form. And what that means is we can change the conditions, we can change what's going on in the outside world by changing the inside, by changing the belief and the structure, by changing the consciousness and the ideal, by changing our minds, changing our thinking, and changing our life. So I claim for each one here the opportunity to not only recognize this truth, but to activate this truth by taking a long-held belief, casting it aside, and changing our minds. Maybe it's about something as simple as what flavor bagel I like. Change our mind. Practice the principle. Practice, bring into practice, bring into form the truth that as I see things differently, the things I see change, show up differently. And so I can look at the world as if it is crumbling, falling apart, as if there is a great apocalypse occurring on planet Earth, a great pox, a great virus that is wiping out human life. Or I can look at it from the perspective that there are great opportunities to rebuild, to renew how humanity shows up on the world, to refocus our concepts and our thoughts, to allow for the old systems to fall away and new systems to be built in their place, to learn the lessons of being a human on the planet, of being kind and courteous and respectful, and recognizing we're all in this together. We're all doing this together. Together we are mighty. Together we are strong, for we are the one. So there is no death that's happening in the mind of God. God's not being damaged by any of what's going on. That is the human experience, and the body, the temple of that is the body, we shall all cast that aside one day. The soul is eternal, and the soul carries through. So in this moment, the soul is beckoning out for a way to express and to be in the world, in the new world. And as we say yes to that, and I claim for each here that spirit, that experience, the experience of saying yes to the soul's calling, yes to the divine calling, to be and to serve this evolutionary process, to be present and to serve the creation of a new world, a new way of being, a new life on planet Earth. There is so much good right now. So many opportunities, so many ways to say yes, to step forward, to step up, and to serve this mighty evolution. Or you can just choose to shut down and go within and be a bystander in it all, not get your hands dirty, just let it all pass you by. It's both God, it's all God. You can choose to be a hindrance and to share the conspiracies and the weirdness and the wonderful creations of imagination that are not based in reality, that are not God's truth, that are the human construct. We can choose to believe in that and be a hindrance to this evolution, and that's okay too. But for me, I choose to serve. I choose to be part of the grand and glorious recreation, reformation of this grand vision of life on planet Earth. I choose to be a part of the solution, a part of the transformation. And I sense that each one that hears these words, each one that listens to these words, is in that place of the absolute yes, being on the team, being part of the transformation. So I am just in a place of absolute gratitude for this spiritual community that is forming around this experience, for the sacred yes that is being said by so many across the planet in this moment. Whether they hear these words or not, the vibration ripples out across the planet. And we collect together collectively, drop by drop, day by day, prayer by prayer, adding to that collective consciousness of good that is surrounding and vibrating and radiating and animating all of life on this planet. So I am grateful to recognize God's got this. This is all good in the mind of God. The oneness is revealing the majesty and the grand vision of heaven on earth. What's not to be grateful for? So from that gratitude, I release this word into the law that must say yes, that is already operating upon this word, that has no choice but to bring this word into form. I say yes to that, and I release this word, knowing it is truly God doing the work. I get myself out of the way, for it is not mine to do, it is mine to know what, and let God figure out the how. So I release, I let go. And if any of this has resonated in any way, please join in an affirmation of this truth as we say together, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, dear ones. Oh, and so it is. It is so wonderful, wonderful to be with you here this evening. Hey, I've had some people ask me, and I want to make sure I mention it. Love Cover Me. These are great hats. Danny Miller and Gary Lynn Floyd are putting these out, and it's going to finance Gary's new album. So Gary's putting together a new album, and with a release date of late July. So we're gonna figure out a way to make sure we get a chance to sit down with Gary before then and have a conversation. Maybe we'll get some sneak peeks in the new music. We can pray. Well, we don't really pray for things around here, but you get the point. All right, folks, before we wrap up this evening, I do want to remind you of a couple of things that are happening. Number one, on the 18th, Saturday the 18th, we're going to do another expansion jam. This is a great opportunity to get together and share with the world a little bit about our vision, mission, and purpose, which is changing a little bit already. And also then at 9:30, we'll go into a private Zoom room, connect for a little bit, and get some work done. There's a lot of work happening, and there's a lot of people stepping up that want to be a part of this network. However, before we get to there, new program, fresh online, starting this week, Monday morning visioning every Monday, 6 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 o'clock Connecticut Central, 9 a.m. Eastern, live on Facebook and YouTube, live on the New Thought Media Network, Monday morning visioning. Join us for an hour of deep inner contemplation and the visioning process. Concerts are coming up. Harold Payne was on it. Harold does a 3 o'clock from the Pacific time coast, 3 o'clock on Thursdays every week, and he does about a 45-minute set. He did a great set today, and I've been talking. Jan, and JD are really cooking up something special for us on Sunday the 12th, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Eastern. Positively inspiring concerts. Hope you can be with us for that one. Okay, folks, I'm going to let you go. I'm Rip Briz. It's great being with you tonight. We'll be back. Somebody will be back tomorrow morning, and I can't tell you who it is, but somebody will be here. A whole new team of people is coming on board for this program. Make sure you hit that notify button, head over to the New Thought Media Network page on Facebook. And please, if you're so inclined, there is a link in the description for our donations. Please do make a donation. We are a 501c3 working towards that designation, and want to make sure we can continue to bring you this great programming. I love you, dear ones. Have a great night. We'll see you again soon. Peace and blessings. Bye now.